Only time can heal what reason cannot. There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. The most harmful thing is wanting to avoid mistakes. As long as a word remains unspoken, you are its master. Once you utter it, you are its slave. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. The problems are solved, not by giving new information, but by arranging what we have known for long. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. Happiness is nothing more than good health and a bad memory. Don't tell your friend what your enemy shouldn't know. You are lonely, not because no one needs you, but because you care about who is next to you. Those who aim at great deeds must also suffer greatly. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. While we are postponing, life speeds by. The real man smiles in trouble, gathers strength from distress, and grows brave by reflection. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. When it is dark enough, you can see the stars. We live only now. Everything else is either past or is unknown. When we lose one blessing, another is often most unexpectedly given in its place. Just improve yourself. That is the only thing you can do to better the world. Everywhere, man blames nature and fate, yet his fate is mostly but the echo of his character and passion, his mistakes and his weaknesses. People who know little are usually great talkers, while men who know much say little. Only two things we'll regret on deathbed: that we are a little loved and little traveled. Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. Eventually, all things fall into place. Until then, laugh at the confusion, live for the moments, and know everything happens for a reason. Why should you feel anger at the world, as if the world would notice? We should try to be the parents of our future rather than the offspring of our past. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Respond to critiques with accomplishments. From the point of view of youth, life is an endless future. From the point of view of old age, it is a very short past. An intelligent person always hides three things about himself: his weaknesses, his sources of wisdom, and his true aspirations. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them. Always do what you are afraid to do. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control. These things are not asking to be judged by you. Leave them alone. Things never happen the same way twice. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. Happiness is the only thing that doubles when you share it. If we suspect that a man is lying, we should pretend to believe him, for then he becomes bold and assured, lies more vigorously, and is unmasked. Prayers do not change the world, but prayers change people, and people change the world. The right question is usually more important than the right answer. A confident person avoids two things in life: idle gossip and petty conflicts, choosing instead to cultivate understanding and foster harmony. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Because a thing seems difficult for you, do not think it impossible for anyone to accomplish. Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. Our plans miscarry because they have no aim. When a man does not know what harbor he is making for, no wind is the favorable wind. Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power. Be wary of the man who urges an action in which he himself incurs no risk. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Attack the evil that is within yourself, rather than attacking the evil that is in others. The more honest men are, the less he suspects others of dishonesty. A low soul always presupposes the lowest motives for noble deeds. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: What fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I'm about to criticize? Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. Three things never come back: time, word, and opportunity. Therefore, do not waste time. Choose words, and do not miss the opportunity. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. What the superior man seeks is in himself. What the small man seeks is in others. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. You will never be able to experience everything. So please, do poetical justice to your soul and simply experience yourself. Without work, all life goes rotten. But when work is soulless, life stifles and dies. Hope is a good breakfast, but it is a bad supper. In order for the light to shine so brightly, the darkness must be present. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. Respond intelligently, even to unintelligent treatment. Act without expectation. The first thing you have to know is yourself. A man who knows himself can step outside himself and watch his own reactions like an observer. Never complain of that which it is at all times in your power to rid yourself. Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. Life, if well lived, is long enough. A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary. We are like chameleons. We take our hue and the color of our moral character from those who are around us. What worries you masters you. The most precious of all possessions is power over ourselves. He is happy whose circumstances suit his temper, but he is more excellent who can suit his temper to his circumstances. All cruelty springs from weakness. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. Only he who attempts the absurd is capable of achieving the impossible. Many people are good at talking about what they are doing, but in fact do little. Others do a lot, but don't talk about it. They are the ones who make a community live.